saka g. Pwede mo silang i-differentiate pareho. You take their product, f times g, and you want to take the derivative of that product. Gagamitin natin yung product rule of differentiation. Yung product rule is f times g prime plus g times f prime. Now, let's say you want to take the antiderivative of a function na na-achieve mo using the product rule. Then, ito yung technique na pwede nating tignan para magawa yon. Usually, ito yung next na technique na titignan natin pag hindi nag-work yung power rule of integration tapos yung substitution rule. So, in a way, we want to take advantage of the reverse process of the product rule and see kung using that reverse process, itong integration by parts, makakahanap tayo ng integral ng isang function. Later on, magiging familiar tayo sa mga forms ng functions na applicable itong integration by parts na method. Okay, so let's start. Meron daw tayong dalawang functions, u, which is f of x, and v equals g of x. Pareho silang pwedeng i-differentiate. Recall natin yung product rule. So, let's say you have the product of u times v. Tapos kukunin natin yung derivative niya. Gagamitin natin yung differential na notation. So, d over dx. This will be equal to 2u times the derivative of v over dx plus v times the derivative of u over dx. Now, i-manipulate lang natin yung variables natin ng konti at makikita natin na pwede natin itong isulat na u times dv over dx equals derivative ng uv over dx minus yung green na part minus v du over dx. Now, we take advantage yung isa dun sa mga cheats natin na hindi na natin titignan ngayon yung dv over dx as an operator but rather as a fraction. And in that case, observe natin na lahat ng terms ng expression na to may dx sa ilalim. So, canceling out lahat ng dx, we will arrive at a very nice expression na u times dv equals d uv minus v du. Now, anong papansin natin? Puro siya d. So, ano pwede natin gawin? Pwede natin ngayon kunin yung integral ng both sides. So, this we'll place an integral sign here, we'll place an integral sign here, and we will place an integral sign here. Now, given all these things, ano lang yung pwede nating masolve? Siyempre, yung integral ng udv, hindi natin alam. Sulat natin siya as is. Integral of udv. Yung integral ng v du, di rin natin alam. So, sulat muna natin siya as integral ng v du. However, look at what we have here, integral of duv. So, integral lang siya ng isang differential, edi this will be uv. So, yan yung magiging result if we take the antiderivative of both sides. At yan yung tatawagin nating formula for integration by parts. So, ayan, medyo naisulat ko sa taas yung dapat nakalagay sa baba. Itong formula na to sa baba, bilugan natin. Ito yung important na formula na gagamitin natin for the succeeding examples. And to emphasize its importance, ilalagay natin siya dito sa upper right-hand corner noong lahat ng examples natin today. So, tandaan natin, integral of u dv is equal to uv minus v du. Yung u at yung v, they're both functions. So, yung idea ng integration by parts, meron tayong difficult na integral, itatry natin siyang i-express into something na mas madali or mas simple. And yung isang pinaka-problem dito is paano natin pipiliin yung u. So, in general, although meron tayong mamayang mnemonic, ang selection natin ng u is mas magiging simpler siya na function pag kinuha natin yung derivative niya. Tapos si dv naman, yung madali lang i-integrate. Sample 1, this is the integral of x times e to the x dx. And sabi natin, so hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung straightforward na power rule. Hindi rin natin pwedeng gamitin yung U substitution. So, ito yung next technique na try natin, yung integration by parts. So, what this is saying is that itong integral from ng x times e to the x, susulat natin siya in this form. So, siya, si integral of u times dv. So, yung challenge natin is, alin dyan sa mga function dyan sa product na yan, yung tatawagin nating u at tatawagin nating dv. And, meron tayong 4 possibilities na pwedeng itry sa pag-assign ng u at dv natin. Ito yung 4 na yon. So, tatry muna natin tong assignment na to. Yung u natin x e to the x, yung dv natin dx. So, sulat natin. Sinusulat ko siyang ganito para yung first column, siya yung mga u, yung second column, siya yung mga v. So, anong mga kailangan natin? Kailangan natin ng v at kailangan natin ng du. So, meron lang tayong u at dv. Kailangan natin ng v at du. So, para makuha natin yung v, kunin natin yung integral ng dv at ng dx. Ang integral ng dv ay v. Ang integral ng dx, syempre x. Hindi muna natin isasama yung mga plus c. Next, kailangan natin ng du. So, kukunin natin yung derivative ng x times e to the x and we'll have to use yung product rule. So, using the product rule, this will be x times the derivative of e to the x, which is also e to the x, plus e to the x times the derivative of x, which is 1. And since du over dx yung derivative nito, pwede nating iakyat yung dx dito. So, sulat natin dito dx. And then, i-apply natin yung formula na ito daw, integral of u times dv equal siya sa u times v. So, ito yung u, ito yung v. And then x squared e to the x minus integral ng v times du. And in this example, this will be x times x e to the x plus e to the x dx. Now, we take a look at this. Ito bang integral na to, mas madali na siyang i-integrate? Siyempre hindi. Kasi kung iti-distribute natin si x dito, magiging x squared e to the x plus x e to the x, babalik tayo dun sa original na problem. So, this is not a good choice of u and v. Let's try the next one. Sa pangalawang choice natin, yung u natin ay e to the x. So, yung dv natin ay yung matitira, which is x times dx. So, again, meron na tayong u at v. Kailangan natin ng v at du. So, starting sa du, derivative niyan yun din. So, e to the x. Tapos yung v natin ay yung integral nito. So, integrate v, x magiging x squared over 2. Oops, nakalimutan natin lagyan dito ng dx. Now, ang hope natin, no, na pag ginawa natin to, yung resulting integral, which is integral ng v du, mas madali siyang i-integrate. So, let's see if that is true. So, ito daw, left side, integral v dv equals sa u times v. So, u times v. Meron tayong e to the x times x squared over 2 minus integral ng v. So, x squared over 2 times du e to the x dx. Okay, before we proceed, tignan natin siya. Ito okay na to, wala tayong gagawin dito. Titignan lang natin yung integral na portion. Is this easier to integrate than this one? Actually, hindi. Parang nasa same level lang sila. Pareho silang may x tapos yung multiply ko sa e to the x. And I cannot integrate this directly. In fact, it's even more complicated. So, this means also that hindi maganda yung choice natin ng u at dv for this third option. So, we'll try again. Okay. Third choice, pwede rin naman na ang u natin ay 1 and everything else, siya yung dv. Let's see kung saan tayo dadalhin ito. So, u equals 1. And dv natin is lahat ng natira. Okay, ano ulit kailangan natin? Kailangan natin ng du tsaka ng v. So, ang du natin ay 0. At ang v natin ay yung integral nito. And yun nga yung problem. Hindi natin alam yung integral ng x to the x dx. So, pag ginamit natin to, meron tayong u times v. So, ano lang tayong x e to the x dx minus v du. And this is 0 minus 0. And this is the original problem. So, this is not a good choice of u and dv. So, you can see, no, kaparating na tayo dun sa mukhang tamang sagot. Dun sa last possibility, ang u natin ay x. dv natin, everything natira. So, e to the x dx. So, sulat natin yan. Meron tayong u, meron tayong dv. Kailangan natin ng v at ng du. Ang du natin ay derivative ng x, which is 1. Or du over dx1, or du is equal to dx. Ang v natin ay integral ng e to the x, which is happily e to the x din. Applying the formula, this will be u times v. So, meron na tayo dito x times e to the x minus integral ng v times du e to the x dx. Now, tignan natin yung integral na v du. Is this a simpler integral? It is. Yung left side, wala na tayong gagawin dun. Kunin na lang natin integral nito. So, we'll have x times e to the x minus e to the x plus a constant. And that's it. We have, or na-integrate na natin yung ating given na x times e to the x dx. Okay, so, this point, isipin nyo, hala, ang dami naman kailangan i-try na possibilities. Is there a way para may guide ako kung ano niya yung pipiliin ko ng u at nung dv? So, actually, meron tayong mnemonic for that. It's called, or yung usual na mnemonic sa kanya ay LIATE, LIATE, to help us choose our u. So, ito yung sequence, no? So, kung pwede nating piliin yung logarithmic muna. Ano ulit yung logarithmic? Ito yung mga ln, mga log of x, ln of x, mga functions na yan yung itsura. Inverse trig. So, right now, wala pa tayong inverse trig, but kakaroon din tayo niyan this quarter. So, kung may makita tayong arctan of x or arcsine of x, better na siya yung una nating pipiliin na u. Sa everything else na matira, siya yung dv. Algebraic, ito yung mga x squared, x, o maaari naman na nakaparenthesis 2x cubed plus x squared plus 1. So, kung nakamultiply ito sa ibang function, siya yung kukunin natin na u. Trigonometric, so self-explanatory, kung may sin x, cosine x, at wala yung mga nauna na to, pwedeng ito na yung kunin natin na u. At huling-huli natin gustong gawing u, yung exponential na expression. As much as possible, dun siya sa mga kasama siya nung dv na portion. So, knowing this sequence, LIATE, let's try to answer another problem. So, our second example is e to the x times sin x. By the mnemonic LIATE, LIATE, mauuna ang trigonometric bago exponential. So, to help us to using that as our guide, ang u natin ay yung trig, which is sin x, at yung dv natin ay lahat ng matitira. So, e to the x dx. Again, ano kailangan natin para isolve to? Kailangan natin ng du at ng v. So, kailangan natin ng du ng v. Ang du natin ay derivative ng sine x, which is cosine x, dx. At yung ating v ay integral ng e to the x dx, which is e to the x. Using these assignments, yung expression daw natin na to magiging equal sa u times v, which is e to the x times sine x minus integral of v times du, e to the x cosine x dx. Wow, sir, parang gano'n na naman yung level. Pareho lang tong integral na to, e to the x cosine x sa e to the x sine x. So, are we stuck? Kasi ginamit na natin yung mnemonic, pero hindi naman siya naging mas simple. Second example pa lang, medyo challenging na, pero this will come up often eh. So, mabuting itakal na natin siya ngayon. Hindi palaging one time lang tayo gagamit ng integration by parts para mag-solve ng ganitong klaseng integral. Maaring multiple times. In this case, itong second integral na to, gagamitan na naman natin siya ng integration by parts. Gamitin ulit natin yung LIATE na mnemonic. But this time, hindi na natin gagamitin yung u at v. Kasi iba na siya eh. So we'll use u1 at v1. You could use other variables if you want. So ganun pa rin. LIATE, first choice natin ay yung trig function. So cosine x. dv natin lahat ng natira. E to the x dx. Ang du natin, du1, ay derivative ng cosine, which is negative sine. At yung v natin ay integral ng e to the x, which is also e to the x. This entire expression, which is ito pa rin, yung left side, magiging e to the x sine x minus, ilalagay natin siya sa isang grouping symbol para hindi tayo malito. Oops, nakalimutan ko yung 1 dito. u1, v1, so e to the x cosine x minus integral ng v1 du1 e to the x. Okay. Para di tayo malito, tingnan natin ito negative. So this will be a positive. And then we will distribute yung negative sign sa labas dito sa dalawang terms. Kakaroon tayo ngayon ng e to the x sine x minus e to the x cosine x minus integral ng e to the x sine x dx. Okay, you might point out, oh no, na naman, ito yung given natin kanina. So parang nag-loop lang tayo. Bakit ganon? Well, tingnan natin. Itong buong expression sa right, siya yung pinapahanap sa atin in the first place, integral ng e to the x sine x dx. So minus to, pwede natin i-add yung integral of e to the x sine x dx to both sides. So yung left side natin magiging 2 e to the x sine x dx is equal to e to the x sine x minus e to the x cosine x. And ito yung nahanap natin eh. And we could get that by dividing both sides by 2. And we're done. Lagyan lang natin ng plus c. And this will give us our final answer. Siya yung evaluated na integral. Next example. Integral ng ln of x dx. Isang function lang siya. Paano tayo pipili ng u at ng du? Pero hindi natin alam kung ano yung integral ng ln. So, hindi tayo makapag-u substitution. Let's try using yung integration by parts. So, we only have one choice. Ang u natin ay ln of x. ang natira sa atin na dv ay lahat ng natira, which would be dx na lang. Again, kailangan natin ng v at ng du. So, alam natin, ang derivative ng ln ay 1 over x dx. At ang integral ng dx ay x. So, ngayon meron na tayong assignments ng u, v, du at dv. Applying the integration by parts formula, this will be u times v, which will be x, times ln of x, minus the integral of v du. And yung v du, this will be x times 1 over x dx. Magka-cancel itong dalawa. At ang matitira sa atin ay x, ln of x, minus integral of dx. So, na-reduce natin yung expression na to na medyo mahirap kunin yung integral or wala tayong alam na integral into an expression minus an integral na madali. So, writing our final answer, this will be x ln of x minus, ano integral nito? X plus a constant. And that's it. Ang integral or antiderivative ng ln of x ay x ln of x minus x plus a constant. Third example. Paano tayo pipili ulit ng u? Ano yung unang lumabas? Clearly, yung e to the negative 2x exponential siya. And x is algebraic. So, ang u natin ay x. Ang dv natin, lahat ng natira, e to the negative 2x dx. Kunin natin si du. Dx lang siya. Kunin natin si v. Anong integral ng e to the negative? E raised to negative 2x. Pwedeng mabilis na u substitution para ang u natin, u substitution na sa sub natin, negative 2x. This will be negative 1/2 e to the minus 2x. Using the formula, meron tayo ngayon u times v. So, u times v will be negative x over 2 times e to the negative 2x minus integral daw ng v times du. So, negative 1/2 e to the minus 2x dx. Okay na to. Wala na tayong gagawin dyan. Copy na lang natin. This one, i-try mo natin i-simplify. Ilabas natin yung negative 1/2. So, magiging plus 1/2 antiderivative ni e to the negative 2x dx. So, nagawa na natin yan dito kanina. So, copy na lang natin. Negative 1/2 e to the negative 2x plus a constant. Simplifying everything, and we have the antiderivative of this expression. Box, final answer.